Hello and welcome back to a double stitch creations tutorial. This is tutorial part 5 for Eddie the baby orangutan. Today I'm hoping to get through his arms and his legs today so that we can then move on to his body and his head. Alrighty, so what you'll need today is, I'll just put Eddie out of the way there. We'll need your orangutan colour. You'll need one of your, obviously you need to do two hands, but just for now grab one. I'll show you how to do one. You'll need your 4.5mm hook, your tapestry needle, and a pair of scissors. Alright. So now what you want to do is where we worked into the front loop for the finger, so now you've got little loops in the back. And really, you're not, even if you don't put in the right loop, it's not going to matter, you're not going to see it. But we're working into the loops into the back of the hand. So I'm just going to put my crochet hook onto one of those loops. And then grabbing your yarn, and I'll leave a tail. I just hang it over my finger and put and make a loop, and then I just hook it onto my crochet hook, and then I pull it through. Then I grab, this is how I attach my yarn, you may have another way. I grab the end of my yarn and I just pull it all the way through, and I put my hook back in, and then just to secure it I chain one, so yarn over and pulling it back through that loop on your hook. That's one. Now if you're right-handed like me, you want to crochet towards the left just to make sure your stitching's on the right side, because I've undone it realizing that I've crocheted inside out basically. But if you're left-handed, you'd be going towards the right. So you want so I'm right-handed, so I'm going towards the left. We want to do 10 single crochets around the back of the hand. So I'm going to put a single crochet into that same stitch where we attach the yarn. So into the stitch, yarn over, 2 loops in your hook, yarn over, pull through both. Then you just pick up another loop of the back of the hand. Just try and keep them in a line, but it really doesn't matter which loop you pick up if you get confused. That's another single crochet. So into a loop in the back of the hand, yarn over, 2 loops in your hook, yarn over, pull through both. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Alright, so that's the first round. You can see it taking shape. I think it looks so cute. Well, that's just my opinion. Alright, with the end, just hang it outside of the hand and we'll sew that in at the end. It's just easier to do it at the end. Now we're moving on to round 2, so we're going to do a single crochet decrease. So we're joining stitch 1 and 2 together. So you go into that first stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, into the next stitch right beside it, so stitch number 2, yarn over, pull up another loop, so you've got 3 loops in your hook, and yarn over and pull through all 3. Right, I'm just going to do that one more time because my first stitch wasn't, I like to make sure my stitches are tight. So pulling that tight, so into stitch number 1, yarn over, pull up a loop, to stitch number 2, yarn over, pull up another loop, 3 loops in your hook, yarn over and pull through all 3. That's 1. Now we're going to do 1 single crochet into the next 3 stitches. So 1 into that one, 1 into the next one, and 1 into the 3rd stitch along, and now we're going to join stitch, it'll be stitch 5 and 6. What? So we're going, yep, for this round, so we're going to join these two together. So into that stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up another loop, yarn over, pull through all 3. Then it's just 1 single crochet into the next 3 stitches, and you should have 8 stitches. Okay, I'll just count that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now it's just really doing 1 single crochet into every stitch around, and you want to do that for 14 more rows. So you should have all up, there'll be 16, counting the 2 we just did. So we're just going to do 1 single crochet into the next 8 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So do that 13 more times. Okay, I've just finished round 16, so there should be 16 altogether. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So what you want to do is just cut your yarn, leaving a strand long enough to attach to the orangutan's body. And I always sew parts on twice, so you want it long enough to do that. And then you just, I usually just yarn over and pull it all the way through. And then with this, grab your tapestry needle and you just want to weave it in and out of the stitching. Follow the stitching so that you won't be able to see it. Just in and out. Tucking it away. And then once you feel like it's secure enough, just trim it. Now go ahead and make the other arm, doing exactly the same thing. Then make sure you pick up the opposite hand. Remember that our feet and our hands are exactly the same. And the one with the long strand is actually one of the feet. So that's a foot. So just put that aside. So go make sure you work on the opposite hand. So the way, just you're looking for the thumb. Remember the thumb kind of sticks out a little bit more like that. So you're joining it together. So I've already done the other hand here. So you just match them up so that you kind of can tell that you've got the left and the right hand. So go ahead and make the other one exactly the same. And then I'll get back to you to start on his feet. Alrighty, with our 2 hands done, now we can work on our feet. So pick up one of the feet, legs, work on the legs. But pick up one of the orangutans, pick up a foot. And it's really pretty much exactly the same as what we did for the hand, except you're going to do half the amount of rows. So it's a bit shorter. I'll show you how to do this one. So grabbing the orangutan colour, and I just leaving a strand, just a bit over my finger. Then I put picking up one of the back loops of the foot, just put it on the hook and yarn and pull it through, and then just grabbing that end and pulling it all the way through, and then putting your crochet hook back into the loop and pulling tight. And then I just do a chain chain 1 to secure it, and now do a single crochet into that same chain, same space that we attached the yarn to, so single crochet, and then once again you want 10 single crochets around the back of the hand, and just remember which, if you're right-handed, go towards the left, if you're left-handed, go towards the right, to make sure your stitching's on the right, comes out the right way. And I mean, it doesn't matter, but it's just the rest of the orangutans being done that way. Alright, so we're just picking up a stitch in the back, going into that stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, 2 loops and a hook, yarn over, pull through both loops. So that's 2, we want to do 10, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and I'm going to just put, because I want 10, I'm just going to put, I've kind of run out of, and really this is what I mean, you can just adjust as you go, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to put another single crochet into the same stitch to make it 10. Now pull that end out onto the outside and we'll weave that in later. So just make sure you've got 10 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so we're joining stitch 1 and 2 together, so going into that first stitch, yarn over, so we're doing a single crochet decrease, and to that first stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, going into stitch number 2, yarn over, pull up another loop, and yarn over and pull through all 3, so join those 2 together. Now 1 single crochet into the next 3 stitches, and then we're going to do another single crochet decrease, so yarn over, pull up a loop, going into the next stitch right beside it, yarn over, pull up another loop, 3 loops in your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3, and then 1 single crochet into the next 3 stitches, and you should find that you have 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we're going to do, so round 3 to round 8, so it's 6 rounds in total. So we want 6 more rounds, and it's just doing 1 single crochet into every stitch around. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you need 5 more rounds, just like that one that we just did, and then I will get back to you at the to complete the leg. Alright, so I just finished the leg. You should have 8 rounds in total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So to cut your yarn, just leaving the strand long enough to attach to the orangutan's body. And yarn over and pull it all the way through. And then just get your crochet, oh sorry, your tapestry needle, and just weave in this end. And just in and out, back and forth, follow the stitching so you can't tell, and then trim it. Okay, so go ahead and do the other leg. and then I will get back to you. Alright, now you should have your two arms, your 2 legs. Now with the legs, so on my baby orangutan, I've joined the 2 feet together so that it's like he's sitting, so he can sit up, and it helps him sit up. So you don't have to, you can leave his legs just hanging there, but I like to do it this way, so I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So you get this with this strand that we pulled through the center. Just get your tapestry needle and we're just essentially going to join his palms together. So we want to leave his toes flexible, but you're just going to line it up, line up his toes. You're just going into one side of the palm and into the other. And then just into one side of the palm, into the other. I'm just going to do that all the way around till they're joined, till his palms are joined together. Is it palms? Yeah. I know I'm getting confused between feet, foot, and hands. So I'm just going to go all the way around. There's really no right or wrong to this. Just do it the way you feel best. Okay. And when you get to his toes, I'm just kind of going through the bottom of his toes, so you can't, so his toes are still free. And just try and line up his toes. And once you get back around, you just go around twice to make sure it is definitely secure, especially probably around the back of his feet more than anything. Like here, I noticed that it was a bit loose, so I just want to go over it again. I mean, this bit doesn't matter so much, it's more when you attach it to the body to make sure it's secure about the, but I just didn't want his hands being too loose. Alright. Feet, sorry. Alright, now you just knot it off. As always, I always like to make 3 knots. That's up to you. And then just once you've done that, just weave this in and out. tucking it away so you can't see it. And then trimming it. Alright, so that's his arms and his legs done, so it's a little bit longer tutorial today. But so you should have everything ready now. So you should have his hands, his arms, his feet, his ears, and his eyes. Alright, so that's all the different parts of our orangutan. So now in the next tutorial we'll work on his head and then his body, and then we'll finish him off. So we're getting there slowly. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in tutorial part 6.